Welcome, man. I love that song. Gets me in the mood. Welcome to Chart Monkeys, guys. It is the official CyberKong's weekly show. We're live over on twitch.tv/Chart Monkeys, YouTube, same thing, X, same thing. Henry, it's great to see you, man. You guys you guys you're cooking. You are cooking.
Dude, it's, hi, first off. We haven't talked in a bit.
I know when you're busy. I know when it's a different kind of busy, like Kong's busy is different busy. When I send you crazy alien stories and no reply, and I might send you some kind of gore video and no reply. I might send you the most handsome peen out there. Probably won't get a reply. Actually, maybe that I'd get a reply. But I know when you're locked into a Kong's thing, I could tell. You're locked in.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this on Chart Monkeys for a while. And this is where we start to kind of get things going, This is where we start to kind of put the magic out there. And when that happens, it's not that you forget how crazy it is, but to be honest with you right now, it's sort of exceeded expectations of craziness at right this moment. So, yeah, and I know we'll get into it, but it's great to see you.
It's cool to good to see you, man. It is. It's funny when sometimes this is our weekly catch up and just kind of what it is. It's what it's going to be today. It's cool to hear the feedback about it. Again, we'll get to it, I'm sure, but it's cool to hear that you're feeling the energy for it, because you never know. When you build a thing, as much as you might believe in it, you never know. You never know if people see what you see, and you never know if the space is willing to give that right now. Who's fucking here right now? Yeah. And do people even want to do a thing? And it's cool you're feeling it.
You get we were talking in voice chat last night, you get two responses. If you're sort of at a level where you've done stuff in the space and people at least recognize who you are, which we're fortunate enough to have that, you're going to get one of two responses: complete FUD or some positive reception to it. There's not a lot of room for in between for something, let's say, Apes or Yuga or Kongs or Azuki. You're going to get a flood of either shit or a flood of I'm kind of curious and I'm interested and I like it. And right now it's you don't know. You sit on these things and you work on them for a while. And when you put it out there, you don't know what the wider space will think. And right now it's good. Very different feeling from DUMPSTR. DUMPSTR people were just real kind of apprehensive about. Some people were shitty about.
Outside of your community, outside of those, the CyberKong's community, it was kind of fuddy out there, wasn't it? Kongs loved it, but outside it was mostly fuddy, I think.
It was until people started to maybe understand it more. But you're right. It was out of the gate more fuddy. So this is this is the exact opposite of that. We're getting an awesome response from the Solana community. I kind of think that Kongs being as old school as we are, right? It's kind of hard to look at us. We came before so many projects, right? March of 2021. I think there's a respect level that carries between chains where people aren't oh, you're just coming over to extract. I think people are looking and have been maybe waiting for something fun and different to do. Right now, the meta on ETH, which has been free or cheap mints or artist driven mints, it's sort of starting to play out a bit. It's going through its death throes a little bit. And I think people are just itching for something a little bit different to do. So I think the timing on it is great. Yeah, and to Gravity's point, DUMPSTR would break your brain.
Well, dude, I mean, and I'm going to pull up this article in just a minute here. But if DUMPSTR broke your brain, I think our friend here is going to be fucking fried here in the best way too. I think we need it.
There's a reason for it too. The article is super long, right? We did put pictures in for people who don't know how to read. They could at least maybe read a few words. We'll get into that. We'll kind of get into why we had to do the article. But yeah. All in all, right now, we released the collab tweet today, and Adzi, Adzi's DMs are completely dead. I was working on collabs up until 15 minutes ago. It is insane how many people are reaching out.
Man, that's great. Okay, well then I pulled this up just so like I like to know what kind of like what's the market you're launching into. And I haven't pulled this up in a couple days now. It's funny I don't look that often. I really don't. Like we look at the show and I might peek at this like twice a week, but I'm not super like I kind of don't care about prices. I think I feel when it's like good. If crypto's looking good, we feel it. I didn't know we were this low though. I didn't know Bitcoin looks like it's about to lose 60.
Ooh.
I had no fucking idea. Last I saw we were at like 64. So I don't know what happened here. If anybody in the chat has like a little idea, ETH barely hanging on to 16. Doesn't look great. Just to recap, maybe the past week or so, I guess, since our last. What do we have? We had FOMC.
Yep.
So we've got our new Fed chair, and it wasn't great. And it sounds like we are getting a few rate hikes this year. I think is what the market is kind of pricing in, like but also Iran, what's going on there too. I think there's a lot going on, but a lot of not good things. I even saw, and I think it was news today, but Clarity Act has a new little, maybe big hurdle actually. I guess like there's this group of Catholic leaders. It was like 80 something Catholic leaders here in the States that are all against the Clarity Act now as is, and it has to do with just I think it has to do with protection for like developers or like software creators, writers, whatever, like that they're protected. And TLDR, they're saying this will help fuel human trafficking. And I don't need to read about it and see, but yeah, I guess it's a new hurdle for the Clarity Act. It sounds like it was getting closer to passing, and now maybe not so much. I'm not even counting on that passing at this point. Whatever, but this is how we look. It's not great. Again, if anybody knows like why today we look like this, like please put it in the chat. But ugly, and still I think people are ready for a good time and ready for something fun to do, and I think it's the right time, right place for it too. So I'm looking forward to it. Do you want to do, because I assume there's people from Solana, like that ecosystem tuning in that are less familiar with the cyber Kongs. Do you want to give like a TLDR on the Kongs ecosystem and maybe like the 5+ year journey?
Yeah, let's I'll try to keep it under like 3 minutes because it's a long journey, right? So if you don't know Kongs, yeah, it's a cool story. I'll leave out a ton of it, I'm sure. Kongs launched in March 2021, March 3rd, on an OpenSea contract, and the Genesis collection, there's 1,000 of them, were 0.01 ETH. So effectively like $11 at the time. And what really started was sort of a meta that kicked off the 21 bull run, 21, 22. And Kongs, we kind of led the way there for a bit. Probably one of the most organic starts to a project that you've ever seen, right? It was a couple hundred of us in Discord in the early days, few hundred, and that really started to take off after we created the breeding of our second collection. So in April, we migrated to our own contract where Gen Kong started yielding banana. And banana was used to breed the second collection. The whole point was that Mio did not want to sell a second collection. He wanted the community to make it. So the Gen Kongs essentially made the second collection, which is our baby Kongs, which are now on a new contract called Evolution Kongs or Cyber Kongs Evolution. There's 4,000 of those. We took a pretty big bet into the metaverse in 21. We were building a lot in the sandbox. We had land in arcade. World Wide Web, and the reality is like the metaverse just hadn't worked out yet. It was really early, but we have our VX collection. There's 15,000 VX Kongs that we launched in August of 21.
I love those, by the way. I fucking love the VX Kongs.
It's like legitimately one of the coolest collections. I still scroll the collection. It's one of my favorite to scroll and just see. Like I'm always seeing new ones that I haven't seen before. They're awesome. Interoperable into, a lot of games that aren't around anymore, but like you can download your FBX files, you can play with them in Unity, Unreal Engine. There's just cool shit you can do with it. Again, sort of early, right? You can play with them in Sandbox, but Sandbox kind of has gone by the wayside.
Yeah, they're cooking again. I wonder if there's like some new life, for things like this. I always like the little touches. I don't mean to interrupt, but I am.
Yeah.
But I always like the little touches, like where you can like change up the background. Right. So it's just like these little things. And I think they're like, it just shows like the attention to detail on a lot of the stuff in your collection, even with like, and I know we'll talk babies maybe a little more, but even where you could get the sprites for them, just there's always these little extra bonus things that just are so fucking cool in the ecosystem.
Yeah, the sprites for the VXs, the gens, the babies, the Genkai, the VXs have a great viewer. To Further Ron's point, like you can stream with them. They're like VTube ready. Cool collection. We came out with our own on-chain game in March of 22. And that was initially on Polygon. We migrated it to Ronin in 2024, I think that was. But the game doesn't exist anymore. It just wasn't we just weren't able to sustain the tokenomics behind the game. We kept it going for, 2 years and, or 3 years technically. And like many Web3 games, it just, we just haven't been able to figure out how to keep it sustainable. I'd love to see that one day. And then in January of 2023, for all the cool shit that we did and the charity that we've done, we've donated $1.5 million to Virunga National Park. Like we've just been involved in the space and we've done cool stuff along the way. We got subpoenaed by the SEC in January of 2023, and we fought with them for 27 months. And to people who don't know, I know there's a lot of Kongs listening who know the story already, but like what they ultimately came after us for was that receiving royalties from secondary sales, they considered that a security. And we fought them. They Wells noticed us, and we said like, nah, they didn't really have us on anything. So they landed on that. Well, you got creator fees. That's what we're coming after you for. We fought them and they finally dropped our case in March of 2025. And it was unfortunate. We spent a lot of time battling with these guys, and proud to say like we took them on, and they after 27 months went away. After they went away, we kind of needed to rewrite the ship. We had this kind of old school tokenomics emission schedule where the gens would yield banana. So we rebranded banana to Kong. We relaunched it, let's say, last August. And I think like many things in the space, because like, dude, we had a lot of catch up to do, right? We've always been around. We've always had an insane community. During all this time, like we've had a community that's thrived. Wall Street Kongs is, Assassin said, check Wall Street Kongs. Maybe it's worth peeking in there.
Yep. I'll go
Wall Street Kongs has been like one of the oldest alpha groups in Web3, has been getting wins along the way on anything that has mattered in crypto, whether it's perps, whether it was Solana NFTs, in the trenches for meme coins, Bitcoin ordinals. Hell, we etched rune number 2 on Bitcoin. We had probably one of the biggest drops on. Oh, cool, man. Somebody awesome, setting up their VX with a kid. That is fantastic.
3D printed. Yeah, that's badass.
So we did some cool stuff on Bitcoin, and long story short, we've just had an amazing community that's thrived for over 5 years. That's literally always searching for like the next thing. So when we relaunched Kong in August, it didn't hit, dude. It didn't, babies could migrate to the new contract where they could get seasonal distribution of Kong. They could evolve their art. And that's really cool to people inside the ecosystem. And to some people in the ecosystem, they don't think it's that cool. And I can understand that. But the reality is like the wider space they didn't care. And so we've kind of had to like find ourselves. We've had partnerships with some major places like Adidas and massive toy company in Japan called Kawada. They make their Legos called Nanoblocks. We've been featured at New York Fashion Week. Just done a lot of cool shit along the way. I am forgetting a ton of stuff because like nobody just wants to hear the legacy of Kongs. But like to anybody who's new and doesn't know us, we've been around for a while. We've been like a project that's stuck around. We don't have any VCs involved. We're just like a pretty organic, cool project with a lot of people that have a lot to give to it.
You'll be badass because you're like, the story is so good. You're so much. You should build a like a resume, make it look like, like a resume you'd apply for a job, but it should be like tailored to like a McDonald's. It should be like a McDonald's application, but it's just listing all the accomplishments from your
great. You know what? I
years.
even forget about them. You know what? We've 5 years and 3 months. Like we've done a lot, and you forget some of the cool things that you did. We were featured at VCon for the first 2 years. We travel with our giant 8-foot 3D printed Kong. Like we just do a lot of fun stuff, and we're a little edgy. We're super degen, but I think this next little launch on Solana will kind of show people a bit of like who we are and what we do.
Trying to find, I had a VCon picture I'd pulled up just a minute ago that what a good time for only IRL event I've gone to in crypto, and it was a great one to do, man. It was a great one to do. Great people there, but the Kongs, like again, there's always just been a different energy around this community here.
It's like we were doing IRL stuff before it was like really cool to do IRL stuff. One of the first to be out on the trail, hitting the events, NFT NYC multiple times, VCon, NFT LA, met AMS in Amsterdam, Bitcoin Asia. Like, dude, it goes on and on and on. So that's
everywhere. It's
been a big part of who we are.
The culture, dude, it really is. And this is a thing that over the years just will continue to build and grow. And it's a staple of crypto now. The cyberkongs are, I think, cemented in place, and just more of that story to write here, right? More of that story. Actually, dude, a lot of it written this fucking week.
I don't even, dude, I legitimately don't know what happened. Like, to be honest, I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. Early in the week, I was messaging with Edu and we were chatting, and I was just like, I was kind of down. I've said it before, like, when you're doing these, okay, think of it like this, right? We're all in Web3. We mint NFTs. We play in the trenches. You get bored with shit, right? Like an NFT mint these days, you're lucky if you get like multiple days of attention, right? Or a week of attention, maybe even a couple weeks, but a lot of times it's hours because you're bored with it and you move on to the next thing. So like when you've been working on something for months, I don't want to say you're bored with it. You're in the echo chamber of your team. You've talked to some people outside of it, but like you start to like second guess a lot of what you're doing because you're like, you've been seeing it, you've been eating it, living it, breathing it. And so like beginning of last week, I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, I don't know. It's just a little bit down on shit. And I was talking with Edu, and he's been a great Kong. And he's just like, nah, dude, just keep doing what you guys are doing. Like good things will happen. And then literally, dude, the next day woke up to Adam Weitzman wanting to buy this legendary Kong. Like I was like, it was 6:30 in the morning. He DM'd me. We had been in DM since, I don't know, December, January, but I'm not a pushy person. I didn't even tell him who I was. He's a local New Yorker. We're not far from each other, a couple hours. And I was just like, I don't know, opened up a DM with him and just kept things kind of casual for a while. But Adam pulled the trigger. He only wants grails. Like he only wants grails. And in Kongs, grails are hard to come by, right? Because like dudes keep them. So
yeah. He fucking loves this space. You can tell. Like he just enjoys it. And a guy with that kind of money, why wouldn't you go for anything other than grails?
Yep. Yep. So to kind of wake up and have that happen, which was that last Wednesday? No, must have been like last Thursday.
18. So what? Yeah. Thursday.
Yeah.
Grail legendary Kong, 1 of 10. Only 10 of the legendary Kongs, like ones like specifically made, right? And there's some cool ass ones too, man.
These were auctioned like 5 days or so after the initial Genesis Kong sale. These were auctions, proceeds donated to Orangutan Outreach. So kind of like since the beginning, Kongs have always been, just a charitable group of monkeys. So Adam Weitzman gets this legendary NFT, which is awesome. Like the community's happy. I think we're proud to have had no sales generated after Adam bought in. I think we might be the first project that got zero momentum off of it. But that's who we are. We're proud. We're proud of all the moments. So Adam buys in, and I'm like, okay, well that's great, dude. Like to have a supporter like that, that's fantastic. I'm happy for the community. And then what happened after that? Was that yesterday that people, dude, after 5 years, people finally puts us in a in one of his pieces of art. And Like,
and it's a great one.
dude, it's like, I don't know, like you've seen so many, this is a first for us. There's so many projects that have had, Beeple feature there, and this is not Beeple like saying I love Kongs. It's none of that. It's just like, it's cool to have a Kong in a Beeple.
He takes the story. He's looking for the story of the day, and in the space, Adam making a purchase like that. Actually, wait, that's not the Adam one.
No.
What is that one?
That's the one OpenSea just bought.
Oh shit.
So Adam Weitzman buys a legendary. Beeple puts a Kong on one of his everydays, and then OpenSea buys that Kong. Didn't even know it until, like, I knew it sold. I didn't know who bought it until, like, what is that? A couple hours ago they posted.
Yeah,
this?
dude, just hours ago. So, do you know who owned that one before?
No.
Huh.
No.
That's so cool. That's got to feel so good though. Like, you as like a holder, like your NFT getting featured in a Beeple every day, all of a sudden makes it a Grail.
Yeah.
I probably would have listed it too after that.
I think it had already been listed. If I remember correct, this was already listed. I don't think it got listed after it was featured, but
okay.
I might be wrong. But then awesome. OpenSea bought it, and I'm like, damn, man, we just hit like 3 things on our bingo card that we were kind of just hoping for. Like, none of it, when I say none of it matters, I'm not stupid, dude. I don't think it's like, oh my gosh, the floor is going to run. It's not that. It's just some validation for a community that's hung around for so long that, like, dude, if you could script a moment where you want that shit to happen, it's right now.
It feels like it's like set up. It feels like it was all, okay, you guys are going to do this on this date. You do it first. And then tomorrow we're going to have this person do this thing and he'll retweet it. And then we're going to do our, it feels like that. And it's not that.
Not even like, I didn't know none of it, dude. None of it. The Adam Weitzman thing, Beeple putting it in, OpenSea buying. I mean, I've messaged OpenSea on X, and we've all posted about OpenSea, and I've talked with Cardi, even though like Cardi isn't the one who decides any of this stuff, but he's a Kong, and he cares. But like, yeah, dude, it seems like it's scripted. The funniest part is none of it is, and I think maybe one of the coolest parts is that, like, to some degree, none of Kongs have been scripted.
Yeah,
it's always just been like, oh fuck, dude, it happened, and it somehow happened at like, if we could pick a time for it to happen, it would be now.
Simulation confirmed, man. It's just that it's a fucking simulation.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm
happy. Cool. Like, I'm happy for all the Kongs. I'm happy for anybody who supports Kongs. Like, it is it's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Really, really, like, it just fuels the fire even more. And I've had this to anybody who's like joined the Discord VCs, which we do regularly around 5:30 Eastern time, Monday through Friday. It's just a bunch of friends that hop in and we talk anything, Web3 or aliens or politics, like whatever, right?
It's so stupid. I love it.
Whirly Girl's here. She's one of my favorites.
She's
Shout
awesome,
out to
man.
Whirly Girl. I've said, when I've teased what Dumpster would be, without giving all of the details to everyone. The other day I was in a chat with some like OGs and kind of ran through it in finer detail, like what it is. And the feedback wasn't bad, but the feedback was asking the right questions, like Solana, like really, like you like not doubting it, but they're going through the same things we've been going through. Right. And I'm like, it's insanely risky. It's insanely risky to go to Solana, but like, when the meta moves, right? When the meta shifts in the space for anything, whether it's agentic NFTs, whether it's art-driven NFTs, if it's the free mint meta, like whatever the meta is over the years, something is the thing that starts the new meta, period. And I'm always just like, well, fucking, why can't it be us? Why can't it be us?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, going to Solana is risky. But to some degree, I'm like, it's not dead. They're just looking for something. I think
they're hungry. They're hungry. I was telling you like a month ago. I think it was like Vo, big name over, in Solana. I think Avalanche now, but like people like that were talking about how much they miss NFTs. and how much they need something to happen over on that side. And you know, like there's some groups I hang in that they're meme coin traders. They're not even NFT people anymore, but they're just like, man, they're waiting for a thing to happen over on Solana that they can get excited about. And I wasn't sure what the reception would be like with this, with the little I knew ahead of time about it being on Solana. I wasn't sure, and I knew there's potential. So like, again, it's extra cool to hear that like people are loving it, like really loving it.
We're not dumb. Like, you know, I've talked with Adzi, and of course, like as a team, we talk all the time, but like talking with Adzi, because right now him and I are really like focused on, you know, the rollout of this, you know, and I'm like, before we kind of went through our final checklist, before we started like putting out like the article, specifically the article we put out yesterday, I'm like, dude, we've been doing this for a while. We know what people like. We know what kind of things can work. And, I would much rather take a massive gamble, like let's say going to Solana, than just putting something out there that's like a bit mid, right? Like it's launching the same thing on ETH would look mid because we already have DUMPSTR. So it's like I'm ready for a gamble. That's how you get splashy. You don't know what the reception will be, but like I ran through with a friend of mine that's, when I say deep in Solana, he is a well-connected dude in the Solana ecosystem. And I finally like ran him through yesterday what this is. And he's like, I like it. And he asked all the right questions. You know, I said, dude, I don't want to bore you with like the whole article. And he's like, no, bore me. I want to understand it.
Need to mainline it.
So the thing was, we put out this article. Sorry, am I getting ahead of myself?
No, this is good. No, I think right now is the time. I mean, we should go over the article because it's a lot. I mean, it's probably going to be the rest of the show. It's a lot.
We put out the article knowing full well that it was long, right? But we took what we learned from DUMPSTR and we're like, okay, well, one of the things with DUMPSTR that's really different than DUMPSTR was that like it was a complete experiment. We had no idea like where would it go, what would we do, and we iterated with it along the way. We made changes. We kind of improved it as it went based on feedback from the community. So we had a lot of things that like weren't there at the beginning. And one of the things that I think was really confusing for people is that like it's fucking confusing, right? You're talking like a token and having to enter tickets into a pool for raffles and how do those work? And it's just like a lot of info. So we're like, okay, 95% of people are not going to read this article. We know that. But like for the 5% or the 5 people that do, they can at least answer some questions while we're busy doing what we're doing. So like if anybody reads it and they understand it, then they can tell somebody else like, oh, it's in the article or it's here. It's a sort of like a quick reference guide to like what this is. But there is no, you know, like yesterday I was talking with the Tar and he's like, dude, it's just too much. Like give me like the TLDR. And it's like, I can give you the TLDR and we will kind of TLDR it today and we'll dive into it. But like, there is no TLDR. This is a protocol. It involves an NFT. It involves a token. It involves staking into pools. It involves arbitrage with gamified mechanics to that. So like, it isn't, we're so used to like, does the picture have motion behind it? We're so used to that. Like who's behind it? Who's the founder? Who's the team? And that's it.
I mean, this is more like a white paper, which is what it needs, you know? So it's good. Also fucking great because then you've got all this out. Now you guys, content creators, go out and make the content. Like you break it down. This is like it's a gift in a way for people. Like take the content, break it down. But we'll break it down.
This is like, you know, this is not a bicycle ride around your neighborhood, right? Like this is a roller coaster ride at the amusement park. This is a very different type of thing. So understanding it, I think is helpful. Most of the info is in the article. You can understand it if it, you know, or have AI probably explain it to you, but I think it's worth going through. So, and I don't mean line by line. I think we can just hit some of the
the core mechanics. By the way, did you see the kid at like Disneyland, Disney World, who was on a ride, like one of the like Splash Mountain or something like that, and climbed out at the top of like the big drop, just like yesterday or something. 13-year-old kid. Just made me think of it when you said called it a ride.
Did he make it?
He's fine. He's fine. But I'll pull up the video in Bullish Bearish at the end. But kid climbs out because he was scared, I think, and ends up just like tumbling down the whole fucking slide anyways.
We need him in. We need this guy in Dumpster.
He belongs here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll start with like Deathster was really themed, kind of dark. Deathster was all about like sort of that Star Wars IP play. Dumpster is adult Sesame Street. It really harnesses like the retardedness of Web3. So like, we wanted it to be themed. We themed it around adult Sesame Street. So that's sort of the idea of it. And the idea is that it combines an NFT with a strategy token. That's where, it first diverges from Deathster. So basically the way that it works is there's 2,222 NFTs that will be minted. And those NFTs will have 4 different rarity tiers. Okay. So there are legendary. Those are the actual dumpsters. Maybe scroll up because there is a picture. Go more. Maybe it's down. Sorry. Maybe it's
We're looking for the NFTs.
Yeah, that one right there. So there's 4 tiers of NFTs. There's the legendary. These are the dumpsters. These are the ones that can create the pool, and we'll kind of explain what that means hereafter. Then there are diamond, gold, and silver NFTs. Those tiers dictate how much of the dumpster token you can stake into a dumpster. And by dumpster, I mean a pool. So the legendary NFTs are the actual dumpsters. There's 22 of them. They create the pool that the diamond, gold, and silver can stake into. So the goal is, as a legendary, you want to fill your dumpster, and we'll talk about why here in a minute. A diamond can stake up to 2.5 million tokens. When you stake 2.5 million or any amount, the diamond come with a boost. So if you were staking 1 million tokens, it will be as if you're staking 1.5 million. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Gold, you can stake up to 500K. That comes with a 25% boost. Silver, 100K. There is no boost. You can stack these. So you can have a diamond and a gold, and then you can stake, proportionally how you want to. Yeah, I
love this already. Because I know what the pools are right from Deathster. I already fucking love this that you have NFTs in the mix too.
Yeah.
Like
it's funny. Perfect. When TokenWorks came out with TTT, which I can tell they did it very quickly because it wasn't well thought out. I'm like, oh, dude, we have been working on this longer than they've been working on their thing. And here they are combining an NFT with a token. What are they going to do with it? Well, they didn't do much with it. But this is, this was what we were working on. So you have these different NFTs. Okay. Those NFTs will get an allocation of dumpster. 5% of the supply will be distributed evenly between those NFTs. So I'm not saying that like you're going to get tons of tokens, but it at least gives you something, right? Some days after the NFT sale, there will be a sale of the actual dumpster token, okay? It will work similar to how other strategy tokens have done their sales. So if you've not taken part in a strategy token, usually it starts at a 99% tax, meaning you get, if you put $1 in, you're going to get 1 cent worth of tokens, let's say, because you get taxed 99 cents. And that tax decreases typically over 90 minutes. That's how other strategy tokens have done it. We wanted to extend that period and make it longer so people don't feel like they got to rush in at the beginning. It gives a little bit more time for people to do it. So what we're doing is up to a 24-hour period where there will be a logarithmic decay. So that tax will start at 99% and it will, over the course of 24 hours, settle down to 10%. It will be at 10% in its final form, but over 24 hours, it will go from 99% to 10%.
What does that mean, logarithmic?
It's like there's a logarithm, and I could get the formula, but like I would bore you with it.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, so just think of it like it's just Google logarithmic decay, and you would see for a token, it will slowly go down from like 99%, and then it'll go to like 84%, and then 70-something%, eventually settling down to 10% over 24 hours.
time based or based on like current market cap? Like,
no, it's time based.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it still works similar. It's just not going down.
Similar. It's just, just think of it like a strategy
okay.
that takes 24 hours instead of 90 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Here, real quick. This is for anybody who's watching who has not done a strategy token, token launch, whatever. On the day of the launch here, you should come into Wall Street Kongs. You should, and I'm sure Henry can give out some WSK passes here, but you should come in because at this point, there's a bunch of people there who have a lot of experience with these kind of launches. I've got a bunch just from doing it on virtuals for so long and then doing DUMPSTR. And, like if you've done it, the sweet spots to buy into. Like you have a really good feel for that. Yes, tax might be high, but market cap is at a certain level where you're like, no, this is an easy level to buy in it. So like, I just suggest coming in. There's going to be, I think, some like pretty nice wins in this thing from the launch time. So come into the Discord on launch day.
Okay, you're right. And anybody who's listening, if you come into Wall Street Kongs, myself or Adzi or Sven can give you a Wall Street Kongs pass so you can access Wall Street Kongs, during this period of time. So the token eventually settles at a 10% tax, right? The tax money is what is used to fuel the protocol. So if you scroll up to, let's see which one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, keep going up. Let's see. No, keep going. There we go. Let's go to this. Maybe scroll up again. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, let's go to go one more back and then we might go too forward. Go the other way. Yeah, okay, let's go here. So the tax money is used. We're over on this. Go to the user buys or sells. That's number one. When you trade, it creates the tax. 7.5% of that tax will go into the engine of DUMPSTR. Okay, it goes into the protocol. When there is one SOL worth of money in there, worth of powder, then DUMPSTR will target an SPL token. It could be WIF, it could be Pengu, it could be anything, right? So DUMPSTR targets that and it buys one SOL worth of that token. Okay. Then when it buys that bag, it's going to run a raffle for those pools that exist. Those pools come from those DUMPSTRs, right? The DUMPSTR people can create a pool.
So 22 max, right?
22 max.
Max of 22 pools. The pools enter a raffle for winning that bag.
Winning that bag. Okay. So whatever pool wins that bag, and this is all automated, okay? Like with DUMPSTR, everything was like manual at first. You had to like be there to win the raffle, click the button, buy it, and if you didn't, it went to the next person. This is all automated. So winning pool is selected. That winning pool buys that one SOL bag of tokens at a discount, okay? We'll get into that. Buys it at a discount. So let's say that your ARB opportunity is 50%. Your pool is going to pay a half a SOL for that one SOL bag of token, right? Which means your pool made a half a SOL. That half a SOL gets distributed proportionally to the people who are staked into your pool. So if you had all of the tokens in the pool, you would get that half a SOL. If you had half of the tokens in the pool, you would get 0.25 SOL. Okay? Makes sense so far?
Makes sense.
Okay, let's go to the next slide on the right.
And by the way, that boost that comes into play here?
Yes.
Okay.
That's that boost. If you staked $1 million with a diamond tier, you have 1.5 million worth of proportion in that pool. You stake $1 million, it's going to be like you staked 1.5 million.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
This one we don't need. This is just saying like the SPL targets change, every approximately 48 hours.
Got it. Which you choose, right? Before it was voting in DUMPSTR.
Yes.
This time you guys choose, which by the way, you guys have a really good track record for picking ones that can like work, sustain it. They have that kind of volume and they got like, right. Yeah. I dig that choice.
All of these, like there will be liquidity for these for sure. Yep. Okay, let me just see what this one is. Okay, so this kind of just sums that up a bit. You stake into the pool, there's a raffle, there's a discounted bag, and then the SOL is distributed to the winners. Next slide. Okay, here's where it's a little bit different than DUMPSTR. How much you have staked in your pool dictates what your ARB opportunity is, which is why the pool captains really need, the DUMPSTRs really want to get people staking into their pool. Like my pool on DUMPSTR has been at 100% capacity since I launched it. Some people weren't able to accomplish that. This rewards your pool for max participation. So each pool can have up to 50 million tokens staked into it. Okay. With me so far? Makes sense? Yep. Okay. If you are at max capacity, 50 million tokens, you get a 50% ARB opportunity. If you have 40 million tokens staked, you get a 40% ARB opportunity, 30 million, 30% ARB. The baseline is 10%. So no matter what you have, there's a 10% ARB, but it behooves you to get people to stake into your DUMPSTR because you all get more of an ARB opportunity the more people that are staked in there.
So explain that ARB, because you're taking the fees that were raised from DUMPSTR trading, right?
Yep.
Using that to buy the bag of whatever the meme coin is on Solana.
Yes.
And then depending on who wins the raffle, that dictates how much you resell that bag for.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So
exactly.
a full DUMPSTR or pool or whatever, that bag is sold at
50%.
This is where I just want at a 50%.
Yes.
Sold at a 50% discount, like when you're selling the meme coin, or when it's sold.
Well, the protocol already bought it for one soul worth of Pengu, right? The raffle happens. You're a DUMPSTR. You have a DUMPSTR, right? You're staked. You have 50 million tokens staked in your DUMPSTR, and you won the raffle. Okay. Your pool gets a 50% ARB opportunity. So you're going to buy that one soul bag of Pengu for a half a soul. Because you got 50% off. Yeah.
Got it. Yep.
Which means when you sell that bag, which happens automatically for one soul, you bought it for a half a soul, you sold it for one soul, you have a half a soul profit that gets distributed within your pool.
Okay. And that selling happens automatically too?
Automatically.
That's cool. Can you choose to hold the coin in your pool instead? It's always sold automatically?
This is DUMPSTR, man. The key is velocity and dumping. Okay. There's no, hey, do we want to keep this? It's literally like you play if you're looking for ARB. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Next slide.
And I dig it.
Okay.
What's the incentive real quick for these pools? Let's say somebody's stuck at 20 million tokens in their pool. What do they do to get up to that? Because you want to get to 50 mil. You want to get that bigger ARB opportunity. What do they do to get more people? It's on you to promote it.
Yeah. Have some motion.
Be like a Sammy. I'm giving away NFTs. I'm doing whatever you can do to get more people.
Whatever. This is for the people to decide, right? Yeah. Like people are going to want to stake into pools. I mean, you could maybe make an argument mathematically that like if you have more tokens in a pool that is staked at a lower ARB, maybe there's a scenario where like you actually would benefit more because you're not splitting that between people.
Right.
But so like maybe the DUMPSTR you want to stake into is full and you don't have a choice but to go into a lower DUMPSTR. And so then maybe you get other people in your pool to be like, guys, this pool is only at 20 million. Let's get some other people. We can't go into these other pools.
Right. So you can get a higher percentage of the wins if you find those pools that are less full.
Maybe.
Your tokens in there, like
maybe then try to get more people to come on.
Yeah. Because if you only have like, if you're a whale and there's only like 3 million tokens left that can even go into this pool, you know what I mean? And you're sitting on 10, you want to go somewhere else where you would have more weight there.
Yeah, somebody's going to do some math on this and drop it for us. I know it.
Okay. Next.
The next slide uses a pool that has a 40% ARB as like we were using 50%, but this is the visual for like if you had a 40% ARB opportunity. So if you didn't understand what I was saying, one soul bag is purchased, maybe your pool gets a 40% ARB. That means you bought it for 0.6 soul. You sold it for one soul. There's a 0.4 soul profit. Same scenario we just described, just with a 40% instead of a 50%.
Cool. I dropped a link, by the way, in the chat to Kong's Discord. You can join there. Just leave a message if you're wanting to get access to Wall Street.
Yeah,
Kong.
I won't be able to roll people right this minute, but I can when I get back.
Yeah,
okay.
Cool.
Next slide. Okay, so this is what happens using that last example where that pool had a 40% ARB opportunity. Okay. Again, just to rehash, one soul bag was sold for 0.6 soul, which left 0.4 soul for that DUMPSTR to distribute to its token holders, right?
Yep.
That 0.6 soul goes back to the protocol. Goes back to the DUMPSTR protocol. What does it do with it? So 50% of that, so 0.3 soul, goes back into the protocol for the next buy. Okay. Powder for the next buy. 25% of it, this is different than DUMPSTR. 25% of it goes to the next 2 runner-up pools. So you have the pool that wins, and then there will be that wins soul. They win the ARB. The next 2 runner-up pools will still be in for winnings, but they're going to get paid out in DUMPSTR. So 25% of what's returned. So like, let's say you had a pool that only had, the baseline 10% ARB. That means 0.9 soul is going back into DUMPSTR, right?
Yep.
Half of that goes to the next buy, the next bag buy. And then 25% of that, which would be more than if you had a DUMPSTR that had a 50% ARB, 25% of that would go to the runner-ups. That gets distributed to them in DUMPSTR. So the protocol buys DUMPSTR, and then it distributes, 25% of what's returned split between the next 2 pools.
And do those pools sell the DUMPSTR?
Those pools distribute the DUMPSTR to the people. They can claim it, okay? And then the people can do what they want with it. So
cool. Okay, so there's a way in here to like earn coins and sit on coins. Like if you believe in a thing, that's cool.
Yes,
like it.
The other 25%, so in this scenario, 0.15 soul goes to DUMPSTR Fire. DUMPSTR Fire is it's like a slot machine. It's an active thing for people to play. You know how like with strategy tokens, there does always reach a point where things kind of get boring. There's not as much action. And even during that time, there may be people who don't have an NFT and can't participate. Anybody who holds the token can play the DUMPSTR Fire, which is like a slot machine. And you can win DUMPSTR out of there. And there is a progressive jackpot that you can win because 25% of the soul that goes back to the protocol goes into that progressive jackpot. Huh. So it's like another thing that you can do while you're waiting for the thing to do its thing.
What does that look like? What's that process look like to play it and win?
Yeah, you put in tokens and it's like click a button and then if you win, you win and you get the DUMPSTR back. There is like a 5% fee. 5% of your what you put in goes back into the protocol. But you can essentially, somebody hits the jackpot, they can make this thing's going to be progressive. So who knows what it goes to?
Is it like a slot machine where there's different levels? Like maybe you don't hit jackpot, but you win whatever, some lesser amount, or is it like jackpot?
Yeah. No. There's lesser amounts you can win too. Yep.
Nice. That's fun, man.
Okay. Next slide. This is the runner-up pools. So using that 0.4 soul, which ultimately turned into 0.6 soul going back to the protocol, which turned into 0.15 soul being distributed between 2 runner-up pools. This just shows you the breakdown. Each of those pools gets 0.075 soul in DUMPSTR.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, man, it's all making sense. This is actually a really good breakdown.
Okay, this is DUMPSTR Fire. So this is just showing as a DUMPSTR holder, if you're not staked, if you're not participating in the pools, you can just play DUMPSTR Fire to try to win that progression. If you're staked, you can't use your DUMPSTR that you staked.
Got it.
To play the DUMPSTR Fire. But if you're not staked, or if you just have some DUMPSTR, then maybe you stake part of it and not all of it, you can play the DUMPSTR Fire slot machine. We wanted there to be something active for people to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I'm guessing here. Okay, let's say you're staked. Your pool does not win, but you're one of the runner-ups.
Yes.
You get DUMPSTR from that, right?
Yes.
And so that you can then go play DUMPSTR Fire.
Yeah, you could claim it and go play. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Fuck, man.
So, going back to like the tokens, some tokens coming with the NFTs, part of what we want to do is be able to increase holder count right out of the gate. Instead of just having a few hundred holders on ETH, we're going to have 2,000 holders right out of the gate. Some people may not have an NFT and they just want to still participate, but they can't stake into a pool because you have to have the NFT to stake into a pool. So if you don't have the NFT, or if you don't want to buy one on secondary, you can play DUMPSTR Fire. You can just play it speculatively, but this just gives you something to do when there's nothing to do.
I forgot about that you need to have the NFT to stake, which makes the NFT side really fun. And I love the NFT side of everything. So I love that. There's a play on the NFTs here too. Yep. Yeah, real cool.
This just kind of like goes right back into everything we said before. So not really necessary. We already talked about this. This just goes through, okay, if you are the pool, you have a legendary NFT, you're lucky, you got one, you can create the pool, you seed it with 2.5 soul. You don't lose that soul, but you are the one putting up the powder for this thing to buy. If your pool is selected, you're the one who's actually buying it. It's done automatically, but you seed it with 2.5 soul. You get that back. Like when you renounce your pool, it's not gone because all of this is automated, but you provide the liquidity for your dumpster if your number is called. By doing that, you get a commission off of the pool. From the profit, you get 7.5%.
Wow.
So, and you know what? I got to ask if you also get 7.5% on the dumpster if you're the runner-up pools. I think you do, but I'm gonna verify that. I don't want to give the wrong answer.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, that's so cool.
You know what? I'm gonna message Sven
I'm curious, but yeah, this is going to get so fun. I think this is probably coming up here too, but okay. You have a play on like what the silver, like like the lower rarity NFTs, right? To even be able to participate, but like those top level ones, the 22 NFTs get real interesting as well. I'm curious too.
Sven said commission equals commission. So yeah, you get it on the dumpster as well.
Yep. Okay. Badass. Yeah, that's very cool.
Thank you, Sven.
I love it. I fucking love it. Man.
What were you just saying?
I don't know if you plan to go over this separately anyways, but you have the legendary NFT and you're the creator of a pool already and you're max filled or whatever. What can I trade that pool? Can I give somebody else ownership of it by selling them the NFT?
Well, you can sell the NFT. You have to renounce the pool. You can sell the NFT, but I am pretty certain that it can't happen when it's live. Sven can correct me. Like, do you have to wait a season, Sven? Man, I'm so glad he's in the chat. I just wish he was on stream.
Come on, Sven.
Yes, Sven, if you want to come on, let me know.
You renounce the pool to sell the NFT.
I said that, but let's see what Sven says. I'm pretty sure that's what has to happen, but I'm just gonna.
He's saying you have to renounce the pool to sell the NFT. So essentially, your pool's like dissolved.
Assassin said that, but I don't know if.
Sven that's not Sven. Okay, my bad.
I'm pretty certain that's what has to happen. Let me just see if Sven. Okay, we'll move on and we'll come back to that.
Okay.
But like with DUMPSTR, you that's what you needed to do is renounce your pool. Then you can claim your tokens, sell your NFT.
Got it. Okay.
We already kind of talked about this. White lists.
Here we go. You can't sell. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Bags. You can sell the dumpster. Let me think.
Okay, so Sven, you can sell the dumpster while your pool is live, but you can't sell your bags that are in the dumpster. A legendary dumpster gets an up to 10 million token allocation for the dumpster.
Okay,
it's the highest tier. So you as a dumpster owner can stake 10 million of your own tokens. You can sell the NFT itself, but you can't sell the staked bags.
So the staked bag stays with you?
I'm assuming till the next season, but Sven can correct me.
Got it. So then you'd keep the bag. You could just transfer it to the other person if you wanted that to be part of the deal, right?
I guess it's maybe possible. I don't know that it would be trustless, but
my bigger question was more like the dissolving of the pool. That has to happen if you're going to transfer it.
I don't think so. But I'm going to let Sven answer that. In DUMPSTR, you do have to. You have to like renounce it. It goes away. With it's got to be the same with DUMPSTR because if you sell your NFT, the new person has to be able to create the pool.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's a cool incentive that you are selling one that's already like max. It's full. You can sell your dumpster. Oh, let me put this on the on the screen.
Can you sell it, Sven, while it's live with the staked bags in it? Like obviously you can't sell the bags, but. What? Okay.
Yes. So then the new NFT owner already has a pool. It's already got the members of it. It's like fully allocated, right? I think that's juicy.
Okay, Sven. Okay, Sven's been okay. Sweet. Okay, we got it.
I think that's bad, honestly, because like if I were buying one, I don't know, like it's work to go market it and try to get your pool filled again, right? But to be able to get one that's already maxed, like to me, that NFT is worth quite a bit more because of it. Yeah.
Sven is legendary on the dev side. So yeah. Okay. So whitelist. We obviously opened up collabs officially today. Swamped isn't even the real word. It's insanity. Supply is 22.22. Price TBA. Price to me is wicked reasonable considering that you get some tokens with it too. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. If there is one,
we don't have dates yet.
We don't, but it's going to be NFT is planned for next week.
Okay. All right.
We didn't announce that. And if it changes, sorry, but that's the plan.
That's fair. Not official announcement, but sounds.
This is kind of given the difference between DeathStar and DUMPSTR. And we didn't talk about this, but part of the tax, 7.5% goes to the protocol. 1% goes directly into the DeathStar protocol. It doesn't buy back the token of DeathStar and burn it. And this was one of the areas that we really thought about because we've burned more tokens with DeathStar than any other strategy token. Okay. And what we saw is it doesn't really matter. These things typically have some finite amount of time that they work. And you're just not burning enough for it to really cause a supply squeeze. And that was with us over 30% burned. It's probably 35% burned, I'm assuming right now. So we're let's not focus on burning the token. That's a thing that wows people. But when you really dig into it, it doesn't matter a ton unless you are getting into supply crunch. And we've not seen that with any strategy tokens. So what we're doing is playing the game for right now, which is what people want to play. And so instead of burning the token, we found other ways to distribute the proceeds that come back into the protocol, i.e. the runner-up pools and dumpster fire. But part of the tax, part of that 10% tax, 1% of it goes back into the DeathStar protocol itself. It doesn't buy the DeathStar token. It goes into the protocol as ETH. So that way DeathStar has power to be able to do its thing. So this is just kind of saying the differences between them. Obviously, DeathStar is on ETH, DUMPSTR is on Solana. DeathStar has manual participation. Even though we did upgrade that with pools, DUMPSTR is completely automated. DeathStar allows you to go in individually, and DUMPSTR doesn't. It's only pool based. Whereas with DeathStar, you have the option either way.
Yeah, awesome shit, man. So DeathStar is the Punkster of the token works ecosystem. Instead of the money going to buying back the token, though, it's going to buy back NFTs on the next target.
Yes.
Which works its way right back to the token. Anyway.
Exactly. So, yeah. Exactly. It at least gives the people on DeathStar. And, if we find success in this, and if we always talked about going to other chains, people can look at DeathStar and be like, yeah, it did really good at the beginning, but now it's dead. Who knows what can happen with DeathStar if and when other protocols feed into it. It could get interesting.
Man.
Wow, we went through it, dude. We did it. I think the cool thing about DUMPSTR, I think it really plays into the things that we missed on DeathStar at the beginning. I think it does a really nice job combining an NFT with a token. There's some gamification to it. And I think it just comes at a time where the space wants something different instead of just what's the cute art today. Here's something you can play passively, actively. But I think it's, the timing could be pretty fucking awesome for it.
I love it, dude. I love it. Every single part of it sounds so well thought out, but fun and rewarding. Every part of it's rewarding here too. DeathStar is, I love it. I love it. It had me super hooked for a solid month, maybe more. But there was it was limited where you could win unless you were holding, a certain amount to be able to play it. And this just feels like kind of whatever level you're at, there's a play. You can play the big pools. You can be the pool owner. You can play the runner-up thing, and it just happens on its own, right? You can just play the NFTs, right? Yeah. It's just games within the game. I fucking love it, dude.
DeathStar was, when I say a heavy lift, as is DUMPSTR, but DeathStar was dude, you're running a mile on a track, and after 200 yards, you need a total knee replacement, and Sven had to come out there and operate on you while you're running. And so part of the difference between DeathStar and DUMPSTR, I think, is the potential for velocity. Because DeathStar was just one of those things where we just kept working on it, and attention is limited. And, when you're into these things for months, people come in Kong's Discord. They're like, oh, so, DeathStar is dead. You guys gave up on it. It's no. But understand the space. DeathStar doesn't just rise from the ashes like a phoenix just because everything needs momentum in order for people to want to participate. And this is, I think, an opportunity for people to be able to degen on Solana, which I think has been missing, but also feeds back into DUMPSTR. And again, if successful, which all these things are hard to do. Like, these are hard things to pull off in Web3. You guys all know, if you're here, if you're listening, you have literally seen every meta that has ever existed, and they work for a minute and then they don't. You look at every shitty NFT mint and you see how it plays out. This thing has the potential to have legs, but it will be in the hands of the holders, to see where does it go and what does it do.
So what do the NFTs look? I've just like two questions. What do the NFTs look like?
Yeah.
Are they PFPs or
nope, they're not PFPs. They're which we haven't released the art on it, but the legendary is a DUMPSTR. The other ones are garbage bags. They're literally because the garbage bags go in the dumpsters. That's how it works. So this is not a PFP. It's not a PFP mint.
Okay.
We didn't need another PFP. It's just and you can see like all this art that we're seeing on the CK account. Like, this is Mio putting the art out for it. We're gonna have some cool memes out there for this that we'll have ready to go beforehand. A cool thing we're doing with a cool dude in Kongs where he's got like a meme generator that we're partnering with him on. So like, dude, I just feel like it's got the right elements to cook a really cool dish. But like, it's not just up to us, it's up to the space and how they want to participate and if they want to participate. And man, I'm just like genuinely proud to be part of like Kongs, because I see, my stance on the other stuff, the IP plays. I'm like, they don't get to do this stuff. Everything they get to do is just kind of normie stuff. Like, hey, we're making TCGs. That's great. Like, or, Claynosaurus actually came out. I watched their episode. Like cool. Really? That's not us. I feel like we have a connection to the degenerate side of Web3 that very few people have and very few people can pull off. And so I'm hoping that the dish that we're making for them is something that they're like, yeah, we like this. I hope we're not serving tacos to people who want hot dogs. I hope we're serving tacos to people who think they pulled up to a taco truck.
Yeah, badass. Gravity. I'll probably PFP a garbage bag or a dumpster. I'll probably PFP it or put it in my banner. I love the art, dude. When you were talking about like the memes and whatever, you guys have been so locked in with the content stuff, like so locked in. But the art for this project, DUMPSTR looked fucking amazing. Like, the site design's amazing, the whole aesthetic of it's amazing, and this is like same thing, just real different, fucking funny. Like, it's you guys are locked in, man.
Dude, we're locked in. We are locked the fuck in. And watch out when you got Kongs locked in. And dude, locked in, and we have not had the momentum of the space behind us. We have fought for every inch of everything that we have in Web3, literally, aside from 21, which we're fortunate for. It put us on the map, right? Right place, right time. We have not had the wind at our back almost ever when we've done anything. And I'm like, holy shit, I think we just caught some wind at our back with, Adam Weitzman buying in, OpenSea buying in, Beeple, the community. Like, you go in the Kongs Discord, we're kind of letting everybody in with a Wall Street Kongs pass so they can kind of take part in it. And those people see what we do. And then they to me, I'm like, spend a few weeks in here, get a gauge for if you like it. Some of these people come in and in a day, they're like, I got to get an Evo. I want one of these. I love this community. So yeah, man, feels really, really fun right now.
So anybody out there looking, CMs out there, whatever, Adsy, hit up Adsy, hit up Henry if you're looking to collab. I'm sure there's very few to go around at this point, but worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm going to make one comment on this before we do bullish bearish. Dude, our DMs are dead, and I will officially say, like, Adsy added me on here, but if you're listening, hit up Adsy. I have been helping, but I'm swamped, and I'm not trying to purposely ignore people. It's just like there's a lot happening. It's 2,222 spots. Obviously, like, Kongs are going to get a allocation. We've already done one raffle for gens. We did a raffle in Wall Street Kongs. We'll be doing some more. But like, this is not going to be like, oh, this community got 200 spots. It's just not like, we've got over 200 communities. This was as of like an hour ago, over 200 communities that want spots. And we just put this post out, 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. So spots are going to be limited. But we'll do the best we can, and then then it's on to the secondary.
Fucking awesome. Last question. What are the kind of tokens that you have in mind to target? You mentioned whiff. Are you looking for like the ones with a ton of volume?
Yeah.
Or are you also looking for ones that are smaller market cap, so there's potential that, I don't know?
I think we're looking for I think we're looking for, the SPX 6900s, the whiffs, the Pangus, anything that has liquidity and volume. Because realistically, what we're doing is, we're using them. They're one night stands.
Yeah. I like that. Good way to put it. By the way, since we've been on, we lost 60. We lost it. 59K Bitcoin, ETH under 16 now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
All right. Okay.
It is what it is. It is, dude, good shit. Like, great breakdown. I think the thread is awesome. I'll drop it in the chat at the end here if anybody's looking for it. I'll drop a link to that post. But really good breakdown, really good, TLDR, TL, whatever. Good.
And good. Come into the CyberKongs Discord. Ping me in Monkey Business. I'm happy to give you a Wall Street Kongs pass so you can come check us out.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be spicy. All right, so maybe mint next week. We'll find out when the token goes. Again, come in there too when that launches. Good, dude, great shit. I'm excited for it. Nice, so we'll talk about it next week, and can't wait. You want to hit bullish, bearish, or anything?
No, let's go bullish. Let's go bullish, bearish, man.
That's not it.
Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish.
Damn, I timed that vape hit perfectly.
Beautiful.
Perfectly.
Proud of you.
Excellent shit. All right. If you're new here, just the end of the show, we hit some topics, nothing related to crypto or NFTs or whatever. We just talk some shit about some stories out there as quick as we can here too. Dude, I saw this one. Discord testing a new living room layout for voice chat in Discord, little virtual space. My head right away, dude, goes to it's like metaverse. It's like the thing we were looking forward to about metaverse is just hang out in a virtual space and shoot the shit. Mini metaverse here? I mean, not really, but
I could not be more bullish on this.
You like it, huh?
Well, just because we live in Discord, so I'm just curious. If it sucks, then we don't do it. But I'm this could be fun, and maybe the next step after this is letting people do some crypto stuff in here a little more easily. So yeah, I'm bullish on it.
Love it. Bullish. Also bullish. MSNBC reporter. Nobody around here is wearing a mask. Guy on the street, including the cameraman. This has got to be old, right?
It is old. This was in response to a tweet best video from COVID. Yeah, it's old. Man.
There were so many good videos. What a crazy fucking time.
It just reminded me of funny times. Funny times.
People are crazy.
Bullish on the post, bearish on the moment.
With you. This grandma's going viral after pulling up on her grandson and rapping every word of Tupac's "Keep Your Head Up," start to finish. I won't play it just because it'll take too long.
Right. I love it. I love it.
Grandma.
I mean, come on, man. Who wouldn't want that, Grandma?
That's beautiful. Bullish.
I would have preferred Hit Him Up, but it's all good.
Oh, dude, that would have been the shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. Love it. We really are blessed with pets and can learn something from them. This cat knows his buddy dog is sick and brings him a toy since he can't get up. Little tail wagging. That's adorable, dude.
It is.
There's a community note, and I'm not even going to pull it up because this is too cute.
Means it's AI. Fuck. Okay, well, I'm bullish on the AI moment. Sorry.
Now I want to look. It is AI. That's fucking nuts, dude. You just can't tell anymore.
And it doesn't. Yeah, I never see it. I look for the community notes.
It's too good to be true. It has to be AI. That's adorable, though. Bullish still.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hang on, let me kill this audio. Shout out to Warner and his amazing looking donuts, dude. Fuck.
I want those. I think he was messaging us the other day when he was doing his deliveries, and he had a back seat filled with these things. And I just thought, shout out to Warner, bro. I think I could eat that whole bucket.
Yeah, they don't ship either. I looked on their website because I would order some. They look really good.
We just got to go to him.
Yeah, fair. I'd make that trip at some point.
Like his post, dude. You got to like his post.
You know what?
There we go.
We'll even, yeah. I thought I did it on mobile though, and mobile doesn't always carry. It's weird shit. Anyway, bullish on Warner, bullish on his donuts, man. Jesus. Yeah. Looks good. Heinz have pulled off a marketing masterclass. FIFA World Cup stadiums are serving Heinz condiments because Heinz aren't official tournaments. Oh, they are not?
They're serving it, but they're not a sponsor, so they had to cover it all
Oh.
up. And they've kind of turned it into a, if you look down, like I think it was Heinz and Levi's. Yeah. Just funny. I like when brands just kind of like, I like when brands riff off each other.
Like lean in and fuck with it. Yeah, that's good shit. I dig it.
I'm bullish on that. I like that.
Digging the World Cup, by the way?
Love it.
It's pretty good. Pretty good. Those Panini packs today, dude.
Missed it.
Yeah, Range Rover. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying this Range Rover is trying to get out his buddy, and over time, quickly, they find themselves in the tide.
How the fuck does that even happen, man?
I don't know. I don't know, but it's
Jesus
awesome.
Christ.
Yeah,
that's bearish, I guess. That sucks.
Yeah.
All right, it is what it is. Here's a reporter talking to Trump. Will you take part in the FIFA events? Trump said, I may play. I see the money these players are making. I'm a very good athlete. May put on shorts. I look extremely good in shorts. We should have played that clip because he's so funny. But that guy's a nut. He's a fucking nut.
I really can't stand a lot of what he does, but I will never take away the fact that he is funny, and I like his funny takes. I'm bullish on that. It's kind of funny.
With you. Bullish.
Even though I'm bearish on most everything else.
Bullish. Elon Musk says, I was an alien. I keep telling people I'm an alien, but nobody believes me. No matter how often I tell people I'm a 5,000-year-old alien time traveler, they never believe me. This ties into the freaking podcast I keep talking about, and it ties into Disclosure. If you guys don't watch that Jesse Michael dude, his podcasts lately have been unfucking real. And last one he had on some like Hollywood directors talking about how like some directors are approached by the CIA and they're given the opportunity to get classified info if they'll work it into their movies. And Spielberg is one of those guys who took the deal, apparently. Anyway, like point of it was there's like a lot of people thinking that there's a lot of like aliens actually living amongst us, and by a lot, like maybe even 1 billion of them, and that we've met them and we've talked to them and whatever. And like, he might be one. This fits so perfectly right now, man.
Yeah,
he might be.
He could be, dude.
Boy, I think he is now. That's a head fuck, but
I know.
I think he is. Bullish on that. I'm bullish on him being an alien for what it's worth.
Yeah.
This is why doctors recommend using the miswak.
I don't know how you technically say it. I've seen this in documentaries, but I don't know. Let's check the community notes.
And brushes his teeth with like a tree, like a root, a branch. No, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just more info. Okay.
Yeah. This is like the Bush toothbrush.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean, long before toothbrushes, this is what we had.
Yep. Okay. Super bullish. I added in a couple more, and we'll do them real fast. There's a video floating around out here just from like yesterday, day before, of there was a UFO UAP like summoning thing, using like the psionic shit, and something appeared, and they're saying it's an interdimensional thing, and it's video of it, and you see like this bubble, and you see like a humanoid looking thing that looks like it's standing behind like a console or a panel or something like that. That's it. But there is a video of it. And some people are like, it's fake. It's a puddle. You're looking at a puddle on the ground and it's light reflecting and maybe a tree waving around. But like,
really look like a puddle.
The video, I wish I had that link. But I could see it being a puddle. I could also see it be whatever. This Anna Paulina lady, she was in an interview this week and she talked about more interdimensional. She's like, nobody's saying behind the scenes like aliens. Everyone's saying interdimensional. So,
okay.
I'm bullish on that. Other ones, they're just close to home. Kanye's coming to Chicago. Tickets on sale Friday, man. You got to come up here. You should come up for that.
That would be awesome. That would be fun, man. No lie.
That'll be rad. Illinois, already people looking to repeal that Bitcoin tax, or not even Bitcoin. It was a crypto tax that just passed last week. A 0.2% tax on every single transaction on chain. If you transfer to another wallet, right? We talked about it last week.
Yeah. So what's the update on it?
There's already they're already looking to repeal it. I imagine it gets repealed, but I don't know. But it's just a bunch of bullshit. We got Pudgy Penguins, who had shout out to Luca for coming on the show last week. That was so fun. I really like the guy. I think it was a fun episode. Last week, just after the show, they announced two things. One, they have this new mechanic or thing they're going to launch, which will tie like a token to a stock that's on like the Yeah, stock exchange. Like, interesting thing. I wish we got to some questions with him about abstract and got that out of him. But next time we'll fish shit out. But their cars, their Pudgy TCG, the Vibes game. They announced they're in stores at Target. They're sold out everywhere. I had my daughter go look. Sold out, right? Also at Barnes & Noble. So
I should check mine.
Yeah, they'd be cool to have a few packs, right? So dig it. Bullish on them. I think I'll just end it here because I have a couple more, but this is actually I'll do two. One, Elon Musk is back to talking about the era of abundance that's coming, and I like that, and I think we need that, and I think I'm with him. He's saying the economy is likely to grow 10 times its size in 10 years, and more than that, it's that he's like, I'm fairly comfortable with that prediction. I like that. That gets me excited. Keeps me optimistic. It's part of I think what a lot of us believe in. Money printer, things are breaking, all that shit. Yeah, it's like, but does it look like it looks right now? Stock market at all-time high and nobody's got money. Everything's shitty. Is it just more of that? So
maybe.
I don't know. Watch the World Cup today. There's supposed to be a big abduction happening, like live in the middle of a game. There's this psychic who's predicted for she's had a couple dreams where it's happened. So today we'll find out. This is today game in Miami. I don't remember who's playing. Brazil versus Scotland. It's probably coming up soon. So watch for that. And then finally, the Jackass crew has been immortalized in the sky. There's a constellation in the sky, the shape of a penis. Each star has one of their names on it. So bullish. There we go. Yeah, dude, so bullish. There it is, boys. Make sure you're following CyberKongs on X. Get ready for Dumpster maybe next week. It sounds so good, man. I'm proud of you and the team, and you boys are cooking. But sounds fucking great.
Next week, dude. We'll be talking more. No doubt.
Gonna be good. Hop in Discord, all that good stuff. We'll see you back here next week. Same time, same place. We'll fucking see ya.